I don't know if my keyboard's working today. Okay. But we'll figure that out later on. Yeah, so we're just talking about Dougie. So with Dougie D. Verdham, he actually really cool guy. He got us copyright strike for the first time on YouTube.
How did that happen?
He threw a festival in Brazil and he got his idol to come play. So then we played the track. I was just like, who is it? So we pulled a YouTube video up. But because he had something like 100 million views on this one song, as soon as we played like 2 seconds of it, 3 seconds of it, YouTube was like, yep, that's whoever that is. Bye-bye. So we got taken down from live for that. But here's something funny for you guys. And this is just like completely off topic. This song I found really funny. I found this last night. Where was it? So there's a movie, right?
Yeah.
There's a movie on YouTube and it's called, oh yes, my keyboard's working now. So the movie on YouTube, right? It's actually called He Must Steal 50 Supercars in 24 Hours, otherwise his brother will die.
What the?
Check it out.
What's
So
the name of the movie?
and the movie is it's actually gone in 60 seconds.
Okay.
So you can see, like, that's the name of the film. So people on YouTube are actually just uploading descriptions about the video.
Yeah, I get you.
And you can
To
watch the
avoid
full movie.
copyright. Yeah.
To avoid copyright. And the intro song, they mute the intro song as well.
There's so many ways you can do it. You can just put like a vignette around it, and then that'll avoid the copyright. And also many just like distort the aspect ratio, or cut it short at the end, and then
That's it. But anyway, let's get this podcast started.
Okay.
So, welcome, Marty.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You are Mr. Reincarnated then?
Yeah, I guess I am now. Yes.
You guess you are. But yeah, you've been messaging me for a while, and like, you know, you've so you're quite prominent in the scene. Like, you do quite a few things.
You could say that. Well, I like to think I'm making my mark in some way, in a positive impact. As we were just talking before we went live, I just have the attitude that all ships rise with the tide, you know, and Perth is so small that I think it's collaboration over competition is what would the attitude that would behoove us all to adopt, I think. Yeah.
But then how long have you, because we were talking about before, and like you originally came from America?
Well, no, I was born here. My mother's American, so I've got dual citizenship. So
Lucky, so that's pretty cool.
I kind of just went through a quarter life crisis in my mid-20s and just thought, you know what, screw Perth. I just got jaded with the mentality back then.
What was it though, like mentality? Like,
I don't know. It seems like it's changing for the better now, where it just seems like we've got this tradie worshipping culture.
Tradie worshipping.
Yeah, in Australia. I mean, especially in Perth, because we have the backbone of the economy for the whole country with the mining, oil and gas industry.
So many people disagree on that.
You reckon?
It's so stupid.
Well, I think it's changing in Perth. I think I'd love to. I'm just all for cultivating a healthy culture and a healthy nightlife scene, and I mean, you look at Melbourne and how different that is in so many different ways.
Well, it is, and you're right. Like I think Australia. I think with mining, it holds up something like 30% of the economy.
Yeah,
but the thing
at all, I would have thought.
No, but that's the thing, though, right? So it's like everything else makes it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But if that 30% just disappears, then that's what's going to make up the rest?
True.
In a way, because it could be 10% healthcare, it could be 10% out overseas businesses bringing money in. It could be this, it could be that. It's not going to be just like a large 30% or 40% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not 50 and I know it's not over, which I always thought it would be like almost on par. I was looking at it ages ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's sort of what drove me out of Perth in my mid-20s. I just thought I was looking for something. I guess I felt like, because Perth's so small, and we've got our own little thing going on here, it's like a double-edged sword. I mean, you can use it to your advantage, but if you make a mistake, it almost felt... I think I was just afraid to fail. I was too afraid to make mistakes in my hometown. Any creative aspirations that I had. And I just found myself... It just manifested itself. I didn't even plan it. I should probably write a script and sell it to HBO, because how I ended up in the States is quite a remarkable story.
Really?
I won't go into details.
Honestly, like, I think everything It's not that I think that everything happens for a reason, because a lot of things don't happen for a reason. They just happen, right?
Yeah.
But you know how some people just get that thought where it's like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Or if I do this, something bad might happen. Or if I don't do this, I can't get this opportunity. It's like, you know, there's almost, I feel like something's getting us to do stuff almost.
We're just talking about before how getting older changes your perception of things.
Exactly.
And I think one thing that's really the penny's kind of starting to drop for me is when, to your point, you make, it just brings to mind, if you make life decisions based on fear or doubt, nothing really good comes from that. It's when you get out of your comfort zone and you know, don't succumb to the fear and the anxiety of you basically back yourself. And I, in my mid to late 20s, I was bones of my ass. I found myself in Seattle after visiting ex-girlfriend in Whistler. And I just crossed the border coming down from Canada. That's how I ended up there. And I didn't know anyone there. I've got lots of family in the States, but
So did you get to see this thing?
What's that? Oh yeah. Have you ever been?
No,
it's an amazing city.
I want to go to America.
Well, you've never been to the States? Wow.
There's a really pretty girl that lives over there. I met in Japan once.
Okay.
Yeah, I made an absolute drunken ass of myself, but I'd love to go visit her.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah. Man, when you go over there, it's amazing because you're really catapulted into celebrity status, because most people haven't even, like, we're like a myth to most Americans.
Oh, Australians.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I've had people ask me, what language do you speak in Australia? It's like, well, I guess Australianese.
Australianese. That's it, right?
Yeah, because their accent is so thick, like half of them can't understand what you say.
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
But like, so backtrack. So you just had enough of Perth.
Yep.
And you moved to Canada. So
Well, no, I just went over there to visit. I went on a wing and the prayer. I didn't have a plan, Alex.
Really?
Plans don't work for me. It's something I've learned about myself is I have visions and I have aspirations and passions, but I manifest them indirectly over time.
Yeah.
Just by sheer willpower, basically. I can't put it down to anything else.
That's pretty good, though.
It's but if you ask me for an explanation of how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to get from A to B, I could have a fucking clue. I just know that it's almost like gravity pulls me in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And eventually I'll find my way and something happens from it. So
how long were you in Seattle then?
well, okay, so 2006 to 2014. And
2006.
2006 to 2014.
Really?
So if you cast your mind back to 2000, where were you in 2006? Can you remember?
Bustleton.
Okay. Well, how old were you at the time? About early 20s? No, you were not even early 20s. You were at high school.
33 now, so I would have been, maybe
just getting out of high school. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so if you remember, you cast your mind back. It was an interesting time because it was really at the infancy of the advent of social media as a phenomenon. And when I landed in Seattle, MySpace was king. This is before Facebook took the crown off MySpace and social
MSN
media.
was there as well? Or?
Yeah, and it really hadn't become mainstream. Social media networking really hadn't permeated the mainstream yet. It was still like, and I was one of the early adopters of the platform, and I landed in Seattle, which coincidentally, ironically, is a place which is culturally, it's almost like polar opposite of Australia. Where you think about the economy over there, their economy is based on innovation and technology. You've got companies like Boeing and Microsoft who are from Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. So the whole, like the knee-jerk reaction from the average citizen, if you pitched a far-fetched idea, would be that of curiosity. Whereas here we've got this thing called the tall poppy syndrome. So we tend to knock people down and shoot people down in flames before they've even started. And you pitch a far-fetched idea to people, and the knee-jerk reaction in Australia is sort of like, oh, really? You no one's ever done that before. What makes you think you can pull that off, wise guy? You see the difference?
Yeah.
And that's what drove me out of Perth at the time. It seemed to be such a stifle. Creatively, it seemed to stifle creatives.
Yeah, it's so interesting with how Perth works, right? Because we've had so much amazing art. Well, even in Australia, we have so much amazing music and artists.
True.
But then with Perth, they've all left.
That's what I was going to say next.
Yeah.
we tend to lose all our best talent overseas because
they'll come back and visit.
It's funny because we've got sandy soil here, and I like to use that as a metaphor for
sandy soil.
Sandy soil. Perth is. The soil is mostly sand. It's hard to grow. And that's a good metaphor for the culture here. I mean, if you want the flowers to grow, you need to put the right things in the soil. We need to get the richness in the soil is our culture.
Yeah, no,
we need to find a way to, and it's even to this day, a lot of the movers and shakers who are shaping our scene, they're not from Perth. They're not born here in Perth. A lot of them, they're from elsewhere, and they come here, and because this is a novelty for them, they're in this heightened state of creativity and their mind's in a different place than people who are from here.
Well, that's it. I've always referred to it as a bubble. So, like,
Like,
I left Bustleton because every Friday people were going to the same pub. Yeah. She was sleeping with him. She was pregnant with him. That's actually the father over there. It's just like, it was such snow globe of, I always call it snow globe. And people are like, what do you mean by snow globe? But it's like, you get it and you shake the shit out of it. And all the snowflakes are just everyone that's whinging, complaining. And, you know, I moved away from Bustleton to try and get away from that.
Yeah, right.
I'm back there now, though. But in saying that, with the way Perth is,
it's a big example of the same thing.
It's a bubble. That's what it comes down to.
So true.
But at the same time, it's like with the podcast. Like, one of the reasons why I did start this, right, was I heard around town that my reputation was like, you either love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going like, why do people not like me? I've tried to do the right thing.
You're a personable guy.
Yeah. But the thing is that it just happened. And nightlife and hospitality, that's why for a first like 2-3 years, I was like on that crusade of being like, no, let's stomp out the toxicity and all the bull crap, because there are it happens.
You're never going to get rid of haters, but they're going to get found out, I think, for who they are.
Exactly. Well, a good example is Olana, who came on. She's on the right-hand side on the signature board.
Okay, yeah.
But with Olana,
I see. Yeah. Oh, she's awesome. I love her.
So she doesn't. I don't think she's doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But she wanted to. She came on to out a drum and bass event where the guy was only booking girls just to sleep with them. But in like 2 weeks, because she came on here and spread the word, and then other people started telling each other and all sorts of stuff. It didn't start here.
Yeah,
not saying that. And saying word around town
definitely
was that this guy's a scumbag.
Yeah.
And then that bubble encroached on that guy, and now he's not in the scene anymore. I don't think. I can't even remember his name. It was 5 years ago. It was the 2nd of the 3rd, 2021.
So there are good and bad aspects to it. Yeah, totally.
But at the same time, it's still bad in a way. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, obviously that sort of stuff shouldn't be happening, but because it's so small here, there's not many people. We're the biggest country town in the world, apparently, or the longest city.
Yeah. I mean,
technically, it's up to Mandurah.
It's a big country town, seriously. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, for better or worse, you got to love Perth. But I've been pretty outspoken in my criticism, but I've tried to be constructive in my criticism. But sometimes that gets taken the wrong way. And it's not because I don't love Perth. I love Perth. So I was born here.
Yeah.
But people like this are so defensive quickly as soon as you criticize or say, maybe we can prove this way that we're. And they're like, well, if you don't like it, then leave. It's like, well, no, I'm from here. I have the right to criticize. And the reason why I do that is because I want it to be better. I can see so much potential here.
Well, that's it. And it's so beautiful here. A lot of people forget that, like, in some places in China, you just have an orange ping pong ball. That's the sun.
And that's the knee-jerk reaction if you say something bad about Perth.
Directly at it.
People say, well, it's the best place in the world. There's a lot of places a lot worse. And don't get me wrong. I understand. We are the lucky country.
Yeah.
And we take a lot of things for granted. And this is a very special place.
Yeah. Let's jump back though. So you went to Seattle though. So how long were you there for?
Okay, so it's almost a decade. And I came back in 2011 to visit family. But I was there for most of the time between 2006 and 2014.
Yeah.
And I had my ups and downs over there. It wasn't all it wasn't all gangbusters, but
what type of work were you doing?
Well, I ended up finding my feet somehow. Like I said, using MySpace really to first establish myself, and I was here's an interesting tidbit of information. I actually called myself a digital creator about a decade before anyone knew what that was. I was calling myself, well, actually I said a digital media artist because I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into just doing photo or video, you see. So I wanted to be free to go whatever direction my aspirations took me. But really, to be honest, Alex, it was more just a lifestyle choice at the time. It was a great way to meet people. I was an Aussie with an Aussie accent with a camera in his hand. And
do you like go around Seattle and just like film things?
Well, at some time when I first got the GL2, which is a camcorder that a Canon GL2 is what the skateboarders used to make skateboarding videos. This is before HD. They're really showing my age now.
Oh, one of these cool things. Yeah. I've seen these before.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is before video really got onto DSLR cameras.
Yeah, 2003.
I took one of those to Burning Man, Evolution 2009, and I just put a post up before we came on tonight of some old footage that I did on my old YouTube channel, which is some Burning Man footage.
You went to Burning Man in 2009?
In 2009. And it was an interesting time for Burning Man because that was the first year. They called it Evolution. And all the purist burners, as they're known, got up in arms because they changed it. That was the first year, I believe, that they offered half-week passes. So you could come in on a Wednesday and pay a little bit less and experience Burning Man for not the whole week. And it was, it's understandable. If you've ever been to Burning Man, you'll understand it is not for the faint-hearted. I mean, you're living literally in a temporary city in one of the most desolate environments on Earth. The planet it's called Gerlach, Nevada, and it is a Gerlach, Derlach. G. Yeah, Goo for Google Mobile. Gerlach, Nevada is the site that they still have it at, and leave no trace. It's ironic that they have to leave no trace, because that's very environmentalist, but nothing. It's so uninhabitable that nothing really but microorganisms can survive there anyway, because it's made the soil.
So you weren't even that far then. So then, because there's Nevada there, and there's Seattle, so it's literally the next state over.
It's still quite a drive.
Yeah,
and most people just drive down from Seattle. There's a whole troop of staunch burners that go from Seattle every year. And I went with the tribe, and I think I went down in an RV with a whole bunch of burners, but I knew a whole bunch of people from the scene. At that point, I'd made my mark a bit. This is 2009, so I'd been there 3 years already.
Yeah.
And that was a life-changing experience to me. I would recommend it to anyone, even if you're not into arts or music. Just for the sheer spectacle. You will see stuff at Burning Man that you just won't see anywhere else.
I can't believe that. Just quickly, so in 2020, there's only 130 people that lived in that town.
Yeah. Well, that's the nearest town to the site that they have Burning Man, I believe. Yeah, like Nevada. But the Black Rock City is what it's known as. That's the temporary city that is Burning Man every year. 2009, as I say, to finish the thought, that was the first year that they did half-week passes. And to give you an idea of the undertaking that you are embarking upon when you go to Burning Man, they check your ticket at the door or at the gate, the rangers, whatever. And if you don't have a week's supply of water for yourself, they won't let you in, even if you've got a paid ticket.
Really?
They check you, every single vehicle, on entry. If you don't have enough water to provide you to sustain yourself for the week, you don't get in.
Honestly, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, everything is traded and bartered and given to you. And if all the pissheads, anyone who wants to go there and get drunk, go to Burning Man. Because I don't know how they do it, but people just set up temporary bars and they just give alcohol away. You just bring. The only condition is you bring your own cup.
Yeah.
And so people go around with these cups like chained to themselves so they don't leave the cup.
It sounds like Blazing Swan.
It is. Well, that's where Blazing Swan came from.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's just, I mean, obviously, it's like, it's a another form of it, but it's still the same ethos.
It's really inspirational. It's like a little social experiment.
Yeah.
And it shows you what's possible. Again, what we were talking about before is collaboration over competition. Everyone works together, and it's showing what could be possible for us in greater society if we go back, and not that we need to turn back the tide or turn back the clock, but remember the lessons that we seem to have forgotten, which has brought us to this point in human history now where we see so much division. And I think it's because we go around in our phones with our blinders on, and we're so connected but so disconnected at the same time. But if you go to Burning Man, even though they do have phone connections there now, it's, at the time they didn't. When I went, it was really off grid. Like you're forced to like meet and greet and connect with your fellow man because it's survival. Basically, everyone shares and barters.
Like, it just seems amazing. So how many times did you go to Burning?
I was only one time. I want to go back again. I would love to go back again.
And was it just spontaneous? Once again, you were like,
well, it's mainly because of the people that I'd befriended in Seattle. A lot of them were into it, and and it happened at an interesting time in my life personally as well. Because if you remember, that was the year the financial crisis.
Oh,
so I did have a day job,
yeah,
and I worked at a print shop during the day at the time,
yeah.
But I managed to survive the first wave of laybacks, like people who were working there for 15 years got laid off before I did, basically because the boss liked me because I was Aussie. And he thought, this guy's cool. But I can't believe I lasted as long as I did. I didn't survive the second wave, however, so I got laid off. Yeah. From my job, because you're talking about the print industry that survives basically on advertising. What's the first budgetary cuts that people do, businesses go through? Yeah, exactly. So the print industry was one of the first to suffer.
Yeah.
So that basically was sink or swim, and that's when I focused on becoming a freelance digital media artist 100%, and that was just how I survived. I had a few residencies, and I actually had a monthly budget with now it's a defunct website called Club Zone, which is based in Canada. And I ended up shooting the
Zone.
I don't know if it still exists. Clubzone.com. Yeah, I know my profile doesn't exist anymore. That's for sure. But so I shot for them, and I actually landed that gig through an ad on Craigslist. Would you believe?
You're the source for the best nightlife in Europe.
I'm still there. Yeah, still up and running. You won't find any of my work there anymore, though. I think that it's all.
Well, you worked for these guys for how long?
They gave me a monthly budget of like $300 a month US to cover events in Seattle and post and shoot gigs.
Was that enough to survive?
No, that was just one of my. I had a few different residencies and clubs around.
Still 300 US as well. That's not bad.
Well, yeah.
How does
it's different. The wages, the economy, and the wage structure is completely different.
Yeah, that's it. And then food, is it similar pricing to?
It's actually a lot cheaper. I found as a single person with no attachments or dependents at the time, I found it a lot easier to live. The cost of living was a lot lower, even with the adjustment for the economy between the currency exchange. When you take all that into account, it's just easier to get by on less at the time. I don't know if that's probably changed now. I think Seattle's changed a lot because it's been overrun by the tech giants who basically outpriced Silicon Valley for themselves, and now all Amazon and Google, and they've all moved their headquarters to Seattle now. So it's just gentrified, and it's pushed a lot of the artists out. And a lot of people that I made lifelong friends with,
there you go.
They aren't even there anymore. A lot of it's a shame because it was a really good. I mean, that's where
2 stars out of 1,186 reviews. So this is the Amazon.
Oh, they are very much hated.
Amazon stole my money.
They are hated in Seattle so much. They basically took over the whole of downtown Seattle when they moved in. That just happened just as I was leaving.
Who leaves a 5-star Google review regarding my Prime membership? I've been a member for many years, and since it cost $79, I think. But Friday night when I saw Coldplay live stream from Seattle, so it wasn't even there. And just like the live stream was the best value added to the membership ever. The live stream at home versus paying hundreds for a ticket and driving hundreds of miles. That sounds like a fat person. That sounds like someone that just didn't want to get off the couch. They didn't want to go buy it. Like, the whole plane came here. Cool. Yeah.
It was a unique time though when I was over there. It was really cool. At my peak, I was being hired by a guy, and I'm going to name drop this guy named Sean Majors, and I'm not sure if he's still promoting, but he gave me a lot of leeway. And this is when Lightroom just came out. If you're familiar with Adobe Lightroom,
Adobe Lightroom.
And basically the push behind Lightroom was Photoshop didn't offer the option to edit a whole batch of photos all at the same time and apply the same presets to a whole bunch of photos at the same time. And before Lightroom came out, this is about as geeky as I got, as I will get, is I actually learned a bit of ActionScript so I could watermark photos. And there was one residency that I had. It was just a meat market. It was just a slosh fest. It was in the northern suburbs of Seattle. There was a venue called the Jet, and I used to the guys were they were a great bunch of guys that ran it and owned it, and this is a guy that I met through other guys in the scene in Seattle. It's called the Jet Bar. I don't know if it still exists.
Let's see if we can find.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm still there. There you go.
Oh, it's now closed.
Yeah, I think there you go.
But is Facebook still there?
Yeah, there's still some remnants of the stuff I shot for a guy who was calling himself Envy Entertainment with MySpace, and that's on. Don't look it up. You'll see a lot of bad photos.
The Envy Entertainment.
On Flickr, I think I had some stuff on my Flickr photo. Remember Flickr?
Yeah.
It was back in the day when like Pandora, Flickr.
Pandora was always such a great streaming platform.
Yeah,
it really was.
What happened with that? It just went the
Australia actually didn't like it. That's kind of what happened from memory.
Yeah. That was big at the time. I remember that. And
let's see if I can, because I remember making so many playlists and stuff. Yeah, it's still around.
Yeah.
But just people don't. Oh no! See, there you go. That's exactly
in your country and region,
yeah.
Australia's such a party people. We don't get all. I mean, that's why you need to get a VPN.
But how crazy is that, right? Because they didn't want to pay the licensing fees here.
Yeah,
so, all right,
and we're not a big enough market for them to justify it. You know?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
VPN.
Because I like Pandora.
VPN.
Especially the radio. The radio was good. But
yeah, that's right. And funny you should mention radio. iTunes Radio. Do you remember that? iTunes Radio?
iTunes
Radio.
iTunes Radio.
Remember?
I never used that, but I do remember that, though.
Yeah, it was awesome. You get some really cool stuff. I've still got this. I've got some old mixes that I recorded with a video capture app on a desktop. And I had one of those big, beefy 17-inch MacBook Pros.
Yeah, the big ones.
Alex, I was going around with this big thing. It was like a tractor, a terabyte drive. Back in those days, it was like, it was literally like a big brick, and you charge it in, and it's like, and I had all my stuff. I've lost almost every little shred of evidence of that I even existed. There's still some stuff on Facebook.
I only ran for 9 years, it turns out.
What's that?
The Jet.
Yeah. I think his name was Steve. He was a great guy. And all I did was just basically shoot a whole bunch of drunken girls that love to, go out and have a good time on a Friday night. Yeah. There wasn't much artistic merit in it at all. It was pretty much a lifestyle choice at that point. I wasn't really doing it for any artistic aspirations. That sort of came later. And what really changed for me was when I got hired by Sean Majors, who I connected with on the scene and came on his radar, and he booked me to be the resident photographer for this. And the Capitol Hill is basically like Seattle's Northbridge. It's where all the cool stuff happens. It's where the coolest nightlife happens. And he had a big Saturday night, and he called it Kingdom Saturdays. and I was shooting for him for a while. And this is when I was really exploring the possibilities in Lightroom, and some of my photos that I was taking back then looked more like illustrations than photos, because I'd go so heavy on the effects. Anytime there's new options for creativity, I explore them heavily, and it's like I was just there was no consistency. The only consistency was inconsistency in the look and feel, the aesthetic look and feel of the photos. I just base each photo depending on the lighting conditions of that photo, so it wouldn't really. I mean, I'd sort of try to make some sort of flow with the albums that I was posting at the time, but it was very, he just let me run. He gave me full reign, basically, and it's very rare for a promoter to do that. And I took it. I really took it, and I feel like looking back on it now, I was, I did buy into some of my own hype, because I was the new kid on the block, and everyone wants to know you when you got an Aussie accent. And I sort of did take the piss a bit, but we
all make mistakes. That's
it was a learning process. It really was for me, and that's why I feel like I mean, this isn't, obviously it's not my first rodeo, and I've been there since ground zero of social media and know how to know its perils and pitfalls. So I feel like I've got my teeth cut and ready for the next chapter.
So you started doing the photos and the videos and everything over there, but then how did you so what else did you just stay in Seattle? And then
I was mostly in Seattle the whole time. I did think of moving to LA, in fact, and if it wasn't for my dad, my father had a few scares with his heart, and it was 2013, late 2013, and I sort of lost direction, and I got caught up in the scene a bit too much, and it wasn't about it wasn't about anything, and it's just sort of still just skimping by. And I remember I called him, and he wasn't in a good way. I think it was they have different Father's Day over there. Theirs is in September, I think. I called him on the Father's Day and from a payphone, and he goes, "Why don't you just come home?" And I thought, "Oh yeah, okay, maybe it's time. Well, I can't afford a plane ticket." And he's like, "I'll pay for your ticket and whatever. Just come home." Again, I knew that he didn't have long, and I'm glad I did. Glad I did come back when I did, because I got to spend some time with him before he passed in 2014. God rest his soul. Bad heart. So I don't know how much of that is nature versus nurture, because he did go through a phase of his life where there was a lot of heavy alcoholism involved. So I try to do a lot of self-care these days. Try not to drink too much, and I don't know how much.
One of those demons, right?
I don't know how much is genetic or how much of it what he did to himself, so I don't want to find out.
But the same thing as alcohol is it's such a double-edged sword. Everyone loves it, but no one loves it. And it's a poison, but it's still fun. And it's like cigarettes. Like you shouldn't smoke cigarettes, but it's pretty cool to stand out in front of a club with smoke in your hand. But that's what media and marketing has instilled upon us. And it's actually baffling how nightlife has dwindled so much. I'll see if I can pull up the statistics.
You were just mentioning before how the younger generations, they're not drinking, they're not falling for it.
Gen Z aren't drinking anymore.
Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, that's great that they're more aware. They actually are learning from our mistakes. They're like, I don't want to be like you, Dad. I see where it got you.
It got your mum pregnant.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Have a few beers and see what happens.
I mean, as a parent, you start to see these parallels with it's the society.
There you go. Look at the statistic now. So this is Drink Wise, and this is cutting back in 2018.
That's great. That's awesome.
But I think this is 2018. So how
it sucks how it's having an effect on the nightlife, though.
Well, that's it, because nightlife is based on drinking, right? But apparently, I'll just read it out. Around 23 to 31% of Australians do not drink alcohol at all anymore.
Wow.
And additionally, nearly 44% to 47% of those who still drink have actively cut back or trying to completely stop. Heavily driven by cost of living pressures, health awareness, and sober, curious movement.
That's great. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. It's a double-edged sword, because it's I'm a DJ, and my money kind of revolves around people buying drinks in the pub,
It really
right?
does, yeah.
Because like if
Let's
they
be
don't
honest.
buy drinks, then how do I get paid? How does the bartender get paid?
Yeah.
How does the bar manager get paid?
Well, it just puts the onus on the venue owners to focus more on the entertainment aspect. I think.
Exactly, but
And-
you can't be against it because it's poison.
no.
If you go against it, be like, oh, people should drink more. That's bad because you shouldn't be encouraging people to do things that hurts them or.
I mean, in my experience, Alex, a lot of the best venues, a lot of the best events that I go to, where people are there for the music.
Yeah, that's very true.
For me, if I'm going out dancing, alcohol doesn't really go hand in hand with that.
Yeah,
for
no,
me,
because a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
But it's like, because it's cheaper to have a pill that lasts 4 hours, 5 hours, than spend $200, $300 of alcohol,
And-
and then just getting a buzz for a bit and being hungover the day after. I mean,
Totally.
with MDMA, at least, like, you will get that come down feeling and stuff, and it will go away. But or like whatever else people want to dip their
Psychedelics.
toes into and stuff like that. But it's just the government needs to do something.
It is changing though.
Something needs to happen because it's all restaurant services now.
Yeah.
Bars have become restaurants.
I mean, we're not going to start selling pills at the bar instead of alcohol, but at least
I've always been saying this, but if someone can reinvent alcohol, that will not be poisonous, but still make you drunk,
man, what
because 0% alcohol right
make
doesn't
$1
do
billion.
anything. Yeah, that's
do
it.
that.
Yeah, but imagine if Heineken and Smirnoff got a hold of that, right?
Now you see all these non-alcohol beers, and what's all that about?
Yeah, but that's
really what it
because
is.
no one wants to drink the alcohol.
Yeah.
But it's sugar, and that's what it really comes down to. And the biggest lie we've ever been fed is that chocolate, ice creams, and lollies, and overeating McDonald's is just not good for you.
Everything that makes you feel good is not necessarily good for you.
A lot of people don't believe this, right? But did you know that if you eat melted cheese, it triggers the same part of the brain as crack cocaine?
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, it's
Same as
so
spending money.
wacky. And
Same
the
as-
more hardcore the cheese is,
Same as falling in love. These are the hardest drugs that are known to man. For me, it's money and it's love. Those are the real hard drugs.
well, there you go. Look, even thinking about thinking about melted cheese literally triggers brain reward pleasure centers through casein, a protein that breaks down into mild opioid-like compounds.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But that's an Instagram post. Let's not rely off that.
Yeah,
Let's science alert.
that's right.
Some major studies suggest a potential link between consuming high-fat fermented cheeses and a reduced
Cognitive
risk of...
decline. That's it. I'm not eating cheese again. No.
No, but there are, like, penicillin comes from blue cheese, right?
That's right.
Well, it comes from moldy cheese.
Yeah, moldy
and
cheese.
blue cheese is basically moldy cheese. So there are health benefits. And people have been eating cheese since God knows
Oh,
when.
totally.
Yeah. It's the same thing with milk. But then it's just stupid because if it's pasteurized, then it's changed. But if you just drink milk from a cow, I can't remember. I can't remember if it's good or bad for you, but I know that one of them's really bad for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you feed a baby milk from the store, it's really bad for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not milk from the mother.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like it's cow milk, not human milk. Yeah, but people didn't know.
Can you see
Technology
yourself-
studies, that
Can
kind
you
of
see
thing.
yourself ever having kids one day?
Oh, hopefully one day. Yeah, I'd
yeah,
like
you'd
to.
like to. Yeah. Something
Find
you
a
want
nice bird.
to check off your list.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's different for guys. I don't think guys really view it the same. Women sort of like, of course, women have got the biological clock, so it's sort of like they're under the pump. They're like they have to make a decision sooner or later to have a kid.
This is something we can tie into with the nightlife once again, though. So my 18-year-old cousin, I think she's 19 now, but like when she turned 18, she went out clubbing in Perth for a little bit, and she literally told me that she didn't like clubbing because she felt like it was a breeding ground. She felt like if she was going there, it was just like people hitting on her, touching her. She felt so uncomfortable. And that's a problem that a lot of girls have had over the years in nightlife.
We need to bring awareness to that as well.
And so
100%.
something that it's kind of funny, because the way I look at it, right, is that we live in a big country town where everything's based on mining, right? So unfortunately, I have seen people up on mine sites eat grasshoppers for $5 because it's just like a joke of like, we're in the middle of nowhere and in the desert, basically, near a mine site. Oh yeah, I'll give you $10 if you do this. You know, it's the sometimes for a reason. And like I've met a lot of people that are lovely, and it is so much like so much that makes up a mine site and a company, like a corporation like that.
I feel like we've made out of the bane of our existence because we're such a FIFO culture. It seems to be like we're trying to find balance by counterbalance, as in you'll go work yourself to the bone, and then you'll have time off, and then you get to enjoy your life. And
yeah, but that's when people, I feel like the education behind not making women feel uncomfortable is just not there.
No,
because they'll go up north and they'll
exactly.
Like one thing because I worked up north for a little bit. I worked up there for like a year and a half or a year or whatever it is. But I did find that it's like as soon as people get up on site, they remember what they forgot last week. But then as soon as they get home, they have to remember what they did at home. They're
living two different lives, basically.
Exactly, split lives. Yeah. But then having those split lives and then having, you know, tendencies to not cognitively think and go, this is a bad idea, I shouldn't do this.
We make so much excuses and we betray our values for the sake of making a buck.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me on my soapbox.
Well, I do agree with that. And then, like, you know, it sucks. I was talking to one of my best mates about this earlier today, actually, where science has been demonized. People have demonized scientists. And I've got a friend.
They'd rather not believe it, because if they believe it, then they have to face the fact that we have to change.
I think it's silly, because it's not so much that people should be arguing and getting upset with science. I think people should be getting more upset with the media telling them the way science should be. Yeah. Because
the media is preying upon, they make their money by sensationalism. Yeah. And the way you get people's attention, unfortunately, the way you get people's attention, and this is human psychology, is goes back to the fight or flight mechanism. You know, we are biologically predisposed to pay more attention to a threat than something that makes us feel lovey-dovey, and you know, of course,
gets your heart racing, it makes you more alert.
We're living in the attention generation. That's the new currency.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast on the way up, and what was it? It was that people have what was it? It was really interesting, where it was like, in a way, just to put it in my own words, I guess, because I can't remember exactly the way they said it. But it's like, we live in an age where everything is simplistic. Everything is done for you. If you don't want to do something, you can pay someone to do it. You can get AI to do it for you. I was driving to Perth and I wasn't able to make it to the pet store to get cat food.
You can't remember phone numbers anymore.
No, that's it. I just went on my phone, put it over the side, went on my phone, went on the Pet Barn app and ordered cat food to my house, which was organized through Uber. So it's like, there's a whole tree of things, right? But people don't like confrontation. People don't like being able to actually question things. People don't like cognitive thinking.
Now you're onto something.
Thinking outside of the box. And once upon a time, if something had to get done, you'd have to figure out a way to get it done.
Was so good. I mean, it confounds me how we can do so much with so little when you have to be resourceful, and this is like something I can relate to personally.
So little.
But then we do so little with so much. Yeah. Like we expect our Facebook app to update every so often, but then some things that should evolve and should be pushing forward don't ever, like battery technology and stuff, because they're monopolized, and you know, many of the best ideas get stifled.
I only want to mention this once because it's such a rabbit hole to get into. But with the pharmaceutical industry, it's actually more profitable for someone to be sick than for them to be healthy.
Of course. I mean, why do you think? Why do you think there's no research going into cancer prevention? It's all going to cure.
So now we're getting down the rabbit hole. We're mentioning things like cancer. That's it. But that's what I'm saying. You're 100% on the money. Yeah. Right? And that's where it's just like, all of these things that we're being told throughout our lives through technology and access. Is it true? Is it not true? We make our own mind up. But then all these things about fake news and Russian bots and all sorts of crap that goes on with that. The fact that
started about politics.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, right? And this is something that people seem to forget. But look, I'll look this up just so we can actually get on top of it, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of accounts on Instagram are bots? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 10%.
Oh, you think that's right?
But that's still
it's still too high.
25 million fake accounts.
It's about the same percentage of psychopaths in the population. It's estimated. About 10%.
I thought it was more. I thought it was more than 10%. But yeah, apparently there you go. So the studies have shown, but that's still a lot. If there's 95 million fake bot accounts operating at a given time, what are they trying to tell people?
Yeah.
What are they creating? What misinformation?
And how is with AI? How is Instagram not able to detect and eliminate?
Oh, they're
them?
trying to now. Yeah. They're trying to minimize it and the whole lot. And that's where everyone gets upset about AI. And AI is inevitable. Right?
I think so.
It
really is.
I understand why people get upset about it because all the posters look the same. But if you just spend a little bit more time, you can make the posters look completely different.
Thank you. Exactly.
You know,
and people who are like up in arms about it's taking away artistic merit. I mean, my attitude towards it is
it's how you use it. It's cool.
Exactly.
Look at this.
True artists will always find a way to create with whatever tools are available.
But look at this as well. So I actually didn't have an image of this, right? And I'm not going to get into this too much.
Okay.
But basically, I wrote a 61-page document about my parents' business's visit to a mine site. So in saying that, right, I was given a job and I had to complete this job to try and help come up with safety solutions, right? Yeah. So I could write this 61-page document by myself. But to do that by myself would take 2 weeks, 15 hours, 20 hours to fill it full of images and all the cool stuff that I got to see and everything
you did
like
it
that.
in minutes.
But to literally Google, to use ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm working on this vehicle here. Can you generate me and then feed it the information and say, I need a 360 diagram of this image of this vehicle. And then this image doesn't even exist on the internet.
You're not trying to you're not trying to get any art awards for it. You're just trying to get a job done, and that's what it's good for.
Exactly. But see, then from that, then I actually went into this.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
But then, I created this from that image.
Yeah, that's better. With photo editing, it's amazing how many times I've used it. In Lightroom, they've got lots of the AI features now. And if you want to eliminate or alter something, it's funny, it's uncanny, it's scary how it'll come up with something sometimes that looks more real than the real photo was in the first place.
It's the same thing with video games as well.
But insane.
This is what people forget as well, right? So NVIDIA stocks have jumped through the roof.
Yeah, I wish I'd invested about 5 years ago.
I wish I invested in NVIDIA.
Like Google in the early 90s, right?
But what people forget, all right, is that NVIDIA doesn't just make graphics cards. They invented a technology.
Yeah.
They invented video games almost. But then the story, I watched it ages ago, I think it was with Atari. And so Jensen wanted to pair up with Atari or something, and then they didn't end up going through. But then I think he partnered with Sega or something instead.
Right. Yeah.
And then he got a hold of that technology and built that into his computer to make the first computer graphics card.
That's so cool.
And then from that, it's made a world, made a universe.
Everything has come from that, basically.
Yeah, but that's what people forget. It's sure, you can go and play The Witcher 3, you can go and play Diablo 4, you can go play all these different games, right? But they're made on engines that the game designers use those engines to create these universes that then we can sit back and play video games.
I think that's the one thing that makes people fear AI is when it dawns on you that if you get the starting point wrong, how far off are we going to be down the track once it extrapolates on itself? But the way I try to alleviate people's anxiety is it's just an algorithm, really. If you understand algorithms, then you understand AI. I've got news for you. We've been dealing with AI for decades now already. I mean, Photoshop is a form of AI.
Would you be scared?
I mean, it's just,
let's all get scared.
Embrace fear.
So apparently, oh, well, I don't know how this is 3 months ago. Apparently, Seoul have actually made a.
That's what the internet's for, getting scared, basically. These days.
Basically. Right? So this video is explaining what a T1000 is, and if anyone has watched Judgment Day,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
this is what a T1000. This guy, that's liquid.
Yep. I remember that, like, when that technology came out, and what precursored that video, those effects, was a movie called The Abyss. You remember that?
Oh yeah, yep.
Remember the alien that was made of water?
Do you want to know a real fun little?
Love that movie. That's
I think
awesome
it's
movie.
The Abyss. Has this got? No,
It has.
no. There's a movie
Really just
with
Macedonia.
Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah.
Like The Abyss.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm
a bit of a cinephile, so I'm surprised I don't know.
Is he in it? I don't think he is.
Huh.
Yeah, the Sophia. So
Oh, Sphere. I don't know if I've seen that one.
yeah, so it's similar. It's got Samuel L.
Yeah,
Jackson in it, but they talk about how they go to the bottom of the ocean, and then they find a spaceship.
Yeah.
Right. And then the spaceship has like American flags on and stuff on it, but it's actually like a spaceship from the
I
future.
haven't seen this one.
Yeah, it's really, really out there. It's a cool
That's
film.
crazy.
But the fun fact about it is they actually have declassified documents
Mm-hmm.
when Mr. Orange Man got in, and they actually found, it turns out this is based on a true story.
Have you seen the new one that Spielberg's come out with recently?
No.
He's come out with a new sci-fi with Emily Blunt about it's carrying on from space Close Encounters, which is actually released when I was born,
Oh,
1977.
really? Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
making another Close Encounters.
Well, it's called, I forget what it's called. It's got Emily Blunt in it. It's just, I think it's playing in cinemas now, or will be soon. Yeah, I'm so keen to
It's
see it.
really funny how a lot of movies.
Disclosure Day, that's what it's called.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen stuff about this.
yeah.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I can't wait for that. I'm such a sci-fi buff. Sci-fi is like a canary in a coal mine, really.
Yeah.
It tells you what's coming. I mean, it really
Well,
does.
hope not.
Well, that's what's called
Because-
science fiction. It's usually
Exactly.
half the time it was fiction, and then I mean, look at Empire Strikes Back. Remember that scene where he's got the cybernetic arm, and he's like,
Yep.
"We're past that point already.
Yeah, we made those.
We're beyond that already."
Yeah.
That's
That's with technology, right?
The problem with technology is not technology; it's our ability to keep up with it, our ability to wrap our minds around it, and the culture to adjust and change to it.
Yeah.
Because we're so resistant to change, and this is what the foundation's about, Alex. Is I want us to lean into it. The way that you don't become like people are afraid of change because they're afraid of the unknown. Why are they afraid of the unknown? Because it's something that they feel that's being imposed upon them.
Yeah.
You know how you get over that?
How?
You be the change.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. I'll be real, right? I reckon that if you stand out and you raise your hand and you do be an extrovert, but also a bit of an introvert, you can go places. You can do things. The people
100%.
that question everything are usually the ones that they're curious.
Yep.
Curiosity killed the cat, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, curiosity is so important.
It's not the answer above all and to the exclusion of everything else. Like, we need to use caution.
Yeah.
But I think you're really onto something there, because I've been speaking. You're preaching to the choir, because I've been telling people that's the antidote. That's the answer. That's the one thing that can keep us from falling through to the trap of getting caught up with this fear and anxiety and this one. If
But
you know,
people are too comfortable. The problem is that people don't want to try. And
no, it's like we want a security blanket. We want someone to tell us that it's all going to be okay.
yeah,
But I mean,
exactly.
and here's another thing that I like to.
But it's not going to be okay because the world is not okay.
That's right. But we need to we need to adopt the mentality that it's a more mature outlook to just accept the only constant in life is change.
Yeah,
Really is. So
and you have to
gotta
get
face
with they say get with the times, right?
you know, if
And
you
so
step
you
out
gotta
of your comfort
change.
zone, that's how you grow.
Yeah.
And if you're not growing, you're not living. Really, you're just
But that's-
dying slowly.
That's where it's quite funny because so many people rave on about boomers and all this and all that, but it is like when you do find older people that are set in their older ways and don't want to change, and they continue to behave and act the way they do,
That's what That's what pushed me out of Perth, Alex. Really, the predominant mindset when I left was it felt like we're so resistant to change, and for good reason. And the reason why is because we don't want to Perth is so special and different, and everything that makes it better than other places is that, well, we don't want those things to come here. We don't want McDonald's on Cottesloe Beach. No. We don't want
Taco Bell.
We don't want to be open all hours of the day and night like other places are. And I think it's a bit of a myth that if we adopt the same convenience,
no, it's still open. Sorry,
I
wanted to say I thought Taco Bell was closing.
Have you ever had
the 1-star
It's
review.
not meat. I don't know what it is.
No, it's not meat. It's processed. It's the ultra process. Sorry, keep going. Keep going.
But yeah, I mean, that's the myth that we think that we it doesn't have to be black or white. It doesn't have one or the other. We can still accept some changes that affect the rest of the world without losing what we have in Perth. I think, here's a good example. I think I always say living in Perth is like living in a time machine, because you can see what's coming before it gets here, like 10 years before it gets here.
Yeah, it's very fascinating you say that, because I grew up with the idea that America is 8 years ahead of Australia, and then the rest of the world is, I think it was 3 or 4 years behind America, and then Australia is 8 years behind America. Basically, apparently, it's like they tell them how it is, and then they develop technologies in China and Europe, and the way the world works and everything. But Australia is such a small little island that we get it last.
I know, and we think that something about Perth, or the powers that be that pull the strings in Perth, seem to think that we are apart and separate from the rest of the world, and they're immune from these changes that affect the rest of the world. And it'd be easier, I think, on us all if we embrace these changes and I don't know if you remember when Uber came to Perth. I was an Uber driver once.
Yeah.
When
I got told with Ubers in the beginning it was profitable. And they
totally. Before they slapped on the GST, and now it's like the government's double dipping or triple dipping with the GST. As an Uber driver, you pay GST. I think Uber should be paying all the GST. That's the service. They should be paying all the GST. And it's not easy to make a living. Even back then, I stopped doing it. COVID, I couldn't make any money doing it anymore. But it's endless expenses. I wouldn't recommend it. It's good as a side hustle.
Yeah.
It's good as an in-between job, but doing it full time, it's brutal. And it's not good for your health, sitting in the car for that.
Well, that's it as well. They say it's like you have to get up and actually move around. You have to actually... Yeah. It's funny. My watch always gives me a reminder every hour I have to move 250 steps. But it's like, it's good, but I don't want to get out of bed.
90%, no, I'm glad I don't have a day job, because 90% of my time is taken up with self-care these days. Just don't get old. I wouldn't recommend it.
Can you guys believe we have 4 Taco Bells in Perth?
Oh, shit. You're shitting me.
No, counting mail.
I'm proud to admit that I did not know that. I'm going to brag about not knowing that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to. I had no idea that they had invaded.
It all went downhill when we got Costco.
Yeah, that's it. Everything's American. Right?
So the slippery
was like Taco Bell. And it's like 3.1 stars, 2.9, 3.2, 2.9. People just don't like it. But people will probably still go there and eat it.
I wonder, it would be interesting to see how different that like McDonald's is different here than McDonald's in the States. I wonder if Taco Bell is different.
Oh yeah, 100%. So it's I don't want to get into this. We're talking about this, but it is that when I went to China in 2016, I had a Big Mac in China, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. I couldn't even eat it. I had one bite, and I was like, this has got no food health standards. It was like eating gravel off the dirt, basically. It was not good. Yeah, that's it. Who knows what I was eating? But this is at the World Electronics Fair.
Yeah.
So you'd think that the World Electronics Fair would have some sort of decent McDonald's. Nah.
That must have been cool, though.
Well, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, right.
That's another story. But Yeah, it's just that the world with food health standards, we're so lucky. And Japan, if you haven't visited Japan, honestly, the food there, they have. My friend, one of my best mates, told me this. I had no idea. He told me that they actually have some of the cleanest and healthiest food in the world, and it makes sense. But when you go there and you're like, every restaurant, the chef is the best that he can be. It's really strange, but it's like if your father is a rubbish bin driver, like, you know, a rubbish truck guy, right? Then you will be a rubbish truck guy.
It's a fascinating
but you will be the best rubbish truck guy to make your father proud.
One of my favorite documentaries is Euro Dreams of Sushi. It's about this sushi master based in Japan. Euro Dreams of Sushi. I'm a big cinephile, and documentaries are an endless source of inspiration for me. Funnily enough, this is the 30th anniversary of DJ Shadow's Introducing.
Okay.
You familiar?
Yeah, I know DJ Shadow.
Yeah. So, and one of the documentaries, a project that I did last year, was I colorized a feature-length documentary called Dark Days. Which was
colorized?
Yeah, I colorized it with VLC. Have you ever used VLC?
Yeah.
You can actually you can play with the effects and you can save an output after you've made changes to something. So I colorized Dark Days, full-length feature documentary, which is based on a homeless community of people living in underneath the subway system in New York City.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's crazy. And DJ Shadow's Introducing is a lot of feature. Is the soundtrack basically to that.
That's epic.
It won Sundance 2000, I believe. But yeah, it's a big year for DJ Shadow because it's his 30th year anniversary for Introducing.
Yeah.
Man, that makes me feel old.
So we're running out of time.
Are we really?
Yeah.
We should talk for another 2 hours, I feel like.
Yeah. We're going to have to come back on. So like so we can get the story of you though. So you went from Seattle.
Yes.
And then you came back to Perth. And then the Reincarnated.
I decided that's where the name comes from. I was basically reincarnating myself. I caught this virus in Seattle. And I called it Hyperbreed. That's what I called myself back then.
Hyperbreed?
Yeah, I don't know where that name came from. I sort of thought of that, and it's caught on. And I had an ex-girlfriend over there who was saying, no, don't change it. Hyperbreed's awesome, and maybe I'll use it to make t-shirts later again at some point, but I've lost access to that Instagram account. It's a private account, so there is still an Instagram account called Hyperbreed, but this is before Instagram became the thing that it is now. And the Facebook page is still up, but most of my work at the time when I was a Hyperbreed, it was done for promoters, so most of the work is like Kingdom Saturdays and that's been closed down, and there's Facebook unfortunately, but there's one called Tap Productions. I had a residency with him. Well, it wasn't a residency, but anyway, I've still got some work up there, but it was, where was I going with this? Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Reincarnated, that's where the name comes from, because I tried not doing it. I tried being a family man, and I had a kid, and I got married, and that sort of ran its course, and that didn't work. It was a doomed marriage. That's another story.
No,
but I wouldn't change a thing because I love my son, and I wouldn't change him for the world. But that's where Reincarnated, because basically I should have just picked up a camera as soon as I got separated. I sort of abandoned that part of my life, that part of who I was, and it really is something that I've just got the bug. When I go to an event, I can't help but get on my phone and just capture everything anyway. So whether I'm getting paid or not, I kind of shy away from paid gigs because that's not really, I feel like I've been there, done that now.
Yeah.
So it's not what it's about for me. It's
really, so like even if it is like actual work.
Well, I'll still do it on a case by case basis. But a lot of the things that I'm doing now, I just prefer to have it on my own terms and do it my own way. And I think I've always seen, once I started to get really artistic or see that there's, get more into it than just the lifestyle, the people that you meet, the artists that you befriend, and these are the people that inspire the passion in me to do what I do, and that's what I'm doing, trying to just shine light on them.
Because it's all one big network, and it's got to work together. If everyone is just full of beans and happy to see each other and super friendly, then everyone will get along.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, you'd want to,
but
yeah.
But I mean, look, it's not a utopia, all right?
That's it.
but we can try to cultivate a healthier nightlife culture. And I think we just need to put the right things in the soil and lift each other up as much as we can whenever we can. I think.
So then, what have you been doing to help out with the scene recently? Because you tagged me in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. Anything and everything that I want to bring attention to. If I see someone who I think they should know about. Do you know? Have you heard of a guy named Fraser who runs Party Line Perth?
No.
That's an Instagram account you should follow. He's really doing amazing things. He's like yourself. He handpicks featured artists, and he does really cool spot interviews and feature articles on some of the movers and shakers in the scene. And he's got a great website. And who put me onto him? Zach White,
I'm
wrestler.
Following them, really?
I didn't even know about him until Zach put me onto him. Yeah. And big shout out to Jun, artist liaison. If you're out there, Jun, if you're still alive, we love you, man. We miss you. We hope you're doing well. He was their photographer for wrestlers.
Quite a lot of artists.
I know. See, you didn't know either. And then, full credit to Zach for putting him on my radar. So that's one of the people that I point to when they ask me, what's going on?
So the only thing is I look at this and just go, this is a lot of work.
I know, right?
Like,
I don't know how he does it. You should check out his website. It's impressive.
Like, you can tell, like, it's not AI, and I don't want to just say something is AI.
Hell no.
Because he's putting the photos in
Splooge,
it, and
those are some of the guys.
Look at this, like, there's so much in this image. It's really cool. I'd love to interview this guy. This is amazing.
You should get him on. You should 100% get him on.
Yeah, this is incredible.
I've had some engagement with him, and he's originally from the UK, and he's kind of like me. He's kind of like I don't know if he DJs, but he's doing. I was going to do what he's done, and then I saw him doing it, and I thought, well, he's already been there. He's doing it so well. I've turned my my skill set to curating the platform more than I've got Alex. I've got hundreds of that. If you look at my Lightroom account, I've got 30,000 images or something. A lot of them haven't seen the light of day. Yeah. And I would hope to, and I intend to, with the launch of the foundation, when it manifests itself, which it eventually will one way or another, make a show and put on an artist installation and have people involved and make it a collaborative effort. So I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, that's the way to do it, and it's just collaborating, working together.
Yeah, look at all the work he's done. It's
like but that's what I mean. And it's like, if this is just this one guy,
I know
that's so commendable.
I know, right?
He's doing such a good thing.
Yeah,
freaking love this man.
I did Looney Tunes with Darren recently, and I love that a lot of the DJs are actually turning their hand to producing now in our scene.
Yeah.
And every time I hear someone getting a new track out, I just put a post up for Chris Hines. Big shout out to Yanja Beats, even though they're not doing events anymore. Larko and all the boys.
Industry Link as well.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
So wait, did he actually do yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know about it. Yeah.
No, I know about Industry Link, but just did an interview with him.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's epic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you should have him on.
Oh. Yeah, message him. This is very impressive. It's a lot of work.
Well, again, I can't take credit where credit's due. I didn't even know about it until Zach put me on it. Zach White, Restless.
The fact that you can just literally go, oh, this is the Fridays.
I knew you'd love it.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's so much work with that sort of stuff.
And now you
very professional.
Now get some homework. Like you need more work to do. I stand in awe with all the stuff that you do, man. You're spinning a lot of plates yourself.
I'm doing a lot of stuff that's not music related.
But
still working
crazy,
really well.
That's what people ask me. What are you working on? I say, well, I'm always working. It's getting paid. It's a different. Always working on something.
Yeah.
My problem is I got too many ideas and I fall down with the execution, and that's why it's going to be. I hope to recruit a team and get people on board with what I'm trying to do, and we'll see if we can make something happen.
No, that sounds epic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going for an hour and 12 minutes.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Yeah. Thank you for giving me the platform.
I'll get you back on. Let's definitely hang out again. We'll just talk.
It's great to get to know you better, man.
Yeah. So you scratch the surface. I do too many things.
Tip of the iceberg.
Like, just fun little fact, right? Well, not a fun little fact, but fun little thing before we do sign off about something that's happened in my life recently, right?
Please.
I almost got lost in the bush and died. Yeah.
What
Well,
did you
not
do?
died, but
Okay.
I was pretty bad. Like,
Jesus.
I
What happened?
decided to go for a motorbike ride. And we're going for a motorbike ride.
This is how it starts.
Yeah, that's it. This is how it starts. So what happened was down in Busselton, I came down Saturday night after finishing DJing at the Guildford Hotel.
Yeah.
And as soon as I woke up in the morning, it was raining. I was supposed to go out with my cousin. Didn't end up doing that because I bought a mountain bike. But check this out. I literally rode from here.
On a mountain bike.
There we go. Yeah. So I rode from here. I don't care. It's I fucking, yeah. So I rode from here, right? All the way down to here.
Oh my God.
Thinking, okay, I've gotten to Canebrake pools and I got some really cool footage of how beautiful the pool was. And,
Yeah.
you know, like I want to go here for my birthday and all sorts of stuff. And it's really nice, this place.
Oh, wow.
It's like well, that's nothing. Just wait until you see,
Yeah, in the bush.
where's the lake? Can we go here? Is this?
Canebrake. I've never even heard of this place.
Oh, well, that's it. It's down in Busselton. It's a little like hidden gem.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Whoops. Back that way. Oopsie daisy.
Right.
But yeah, so I rode all the way out to here,
Yeah.
which is probably like the equivalent of like on bush tracks, 20 Ks, maybe further.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it
my
was-
God.
Oh, where the
Through the
hell?
bush, that's different when you're running through the bush. 20 Ks is, yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't like a straight line.
Yeah.
If you looked at this, it's not like I've just gone from
No.
here to there. It's like I've gone around
And
here.
did
and
you
all
have a
sorts of stuff.
signal? Were you lying on GPS?
And no, this is the thing. So when I got here, right, then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, time to go home. So I actually followed the wrong track home, and I actually ended up all the way down here,
And this is how you
Blackwood Forest, right? And I actually got in such dense trees and bushland that I knew I was over half a tank. Like I knew, I'd used over half a tank of fuel.
Oh.
So I was like, if I have to get home, I have to putt all the way home. And I was literally like, I guess
my
the
God.
equivalent like in here or something like that. And I didn't know
What time
where.
was it? Was it after dark? Or was it?
No. So I left at 10:30 and I actually got home at 2 p.m. And with the sun setting at 5 as well. So, you know, it was a bit worrying, but I didn't have phone reception. I
Oh,
couldn't
man.
find anybody.
Oh,
I was
geez.
just riding through the bush in the middle of nowhere and like even had to stop and be like, where the hell am I? And then I rode all the way back to Canebrake, right?
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, that's not the track. So I went down another track. That was the wrong track as well. So then I turned back.
Process of elimination.
Yes, then I turned back being like, I'm really running out of fuel. I don't know where I am. I don't have any phone reception. I got satellite, so I can call a helicopter if I need. But then I'm going to have to pay for that helicopter, which I don't want to do, just to come rescue me.
Oh,
I can't
God.
call my parents because they can't come get me.
Oh,
So then
man.
I actually managed to find some people doing a drug deal. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So they were like down the road at Canebrake at this little like car
This
park.
is where all the action happens.
I rode past them, saw one dude leaning in the window, being like, okay, something's going on there, saying hi, probably a deal, whatever. So I rode past, turned my motorbike off, waited until I could hear their cars start up, and then I followed their cars out. So I followed a drug deal all the way out to go to Mainland
So you're
Road.
on a dirt bike.
Yeah, I was on a dirt bike, following these dudes with a high vis vest on, waterproof high vis vest on, that said emergency
I
services
think
on the
that was
back.
more the danger than anything else, bro.
Yeah, then I followed some drug dealers. They could have been
That was the most dangerous thing you did.
Yeah,
Getting lost
they
in the
could have stopped me like, well, who the fuck are you? And I'll be like, help me get out of here, please. But yeah, and the funny thing is when you look at where Margaret River is,
Oh, man.
so I was down here,
Oh, you're nuts.
and Margaret River's right there.
Oh, so you could have been quicker to just go to Mugs.
Yeah, it probably would have been quicker, literally, to figure out where Margaret River was and ride to Margaret River and then head home.
Oh, you're a nutter.
Yeah, so I literally rode all the way home and yeah,
Well, I'm glad you
I'm not
made it.
doing that
I'm
again.
glad-
Not doing that again. Like I love riding out the forest
Yeah.
here.
Maybe don't go. Maybe go with a friend next time.
Yeah, that's it. Like
yeah.
in this part of the forest, which is there where my home is, my
Oh, okay.
parents' place.
Oh, right.
That's all good
Oh, that's
because I know
good.
how to get a home out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I literally go to here, this star. But when I was this deep, I actually started panicking, thinking,
I bet.
this. I might have to ditch my bike and walk 20 k's somewhere in the dark and hope I hit a road.
And then find out what you're made of. Yeah.
Scary shit. Don't go riding alone in the forest.
Note to self.
But before we do go, I'll show you what it was like because I've got some footage of it.
You still, I was going to say.
Yeah, I got a little bit of footage of it.
Then people could like at least
it was
know
so
what happened to
beautiful
you.
at Canebreak. So beautiful at Canebreak. But I didn't really get footage of me like lost.
You're too busy trying to survive.
Look at this though.
Let me get footage of me dying. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like, look how flat that water was. It was grey skies, but it was just beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
And the air was so fresh and it was clean, and it's just.
How long ago was this? Last weekend?
No, this was Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sunday just went past. It was incredible until I got lost. Until I'm like, I don't know where I am. I literally came out here.
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, right?
And like, I didn't know where I was.
So you must be Superman now.
Like you can see, like, yeah, but you can kind of see from that. It's ridiculous. So, but oh well, yeah.
I'm glad you're still here with us, right?
Yeah.
So, the scene needs you. It wouldn't be the same without
the scene needs me. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Marty.
Thank you for having me on, man.
This has been good. This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So
let's do it again.
Whilst I was chatting to you, by the way, I left some reviews. I don't know if people saw me writing the reviews.
What do you mean?
The places we were looking around in Seattle. Okay. The last thing, because a friend of mine, one of my best mates, told me that I should do this whilst we're chatting, just to like keep it fun. So Bruno's Bar, which is near Nevada, near Black Rock.
Yeah.
I left a review, 2 stars. Bruno beat me up at Bruno's Bar. So hopefully I get a little bit of traction from that. I also at the Natural Bench in Seattle.
You're such a shit show, Alex.
So the Natural Bench in Seattle, it gave me splinters. They have listed a bench.
See if you can find the abandoned cinema in Des Moines that I did a photo shoot with. Shout out to Tatiana.
Abandoned. Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. No. That's another rabbit hole.
And then
in your own time.
The last review I left was good old Taco Bell in Canning Vale, and this one literally reads, I couldn't leave the toilet for 3 hours. Like their butt crunch potato gem loaded taco burrito with loaded crunchy chips made my bum bleed. The atmosphere was 2 and
True
the food
story.
was 5.
True story.
True story. Taco Bell. We have 4 stores in Perth now. All right.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
And then I don't know when I'm doing another podcast again. It will be soon. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not stopping this, but
you got the bug like me. You can't stop if you tried it.
Yeah, it's just too good. It's too much fun. So hopefully within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I am doing a DJ City live stream this Saturday, though.
Okay.
Yes, for the end of financial year party. So
oh yeah, it's around the corner, isn't it?
So yeah, well they're in Malaga. That's the only thing.
Okay.
But with DJ City,
yeah.
Sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm a bit gassy. They've got their end of financial year sales happening.
I can't believe how this year's flown by. Hey?
Yeah, I got the hiccups now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year's flying by. So come down on Saturday, and from 11 till 4 we'll be doing a live stream of DJs around Perth.
Okay.
We got to end this. I've got hiccups. Okay, please. Okay, thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, Tess.
Stay safe.